Hello everyone, welcome to Childeros and Gonzalez's first We Play. Today we're playing Monkey Island, which is a cult classic pirate game from the early 90s, said to be a defining game in the point-and-click genre. Drew's never played it, and I've played through it at least a million times, so we're gonna have some fun. And Drew, have you ever played a point-and-click before?
Not anywhere. I mean, I played Diablo,
I
but
mean,
I guess it's not.
you point and you click in that game. I'll give you that.
I guess by definition, no.
Alright, so I guess a little bit of history about this. This is actually the special edition remake, if that's not immediately obvious here. And they remade them because the interest in this game is still pretty high, even all these years later. I don't really like the remake graphics or music, but fortunately, they give you a hotkey to switch between them at a moment's notice. I don't think I can do it here. And you know what? I think we can just kind of skip this sequence unless you want to know about user interface and additional art.
Nah, dude, I trust you.
Alright. Oh man, you can't even skip it in this new version. Or maybe it's F5. It used to be like F5 and then would ask you if you wanted to skip it in the old one. So I guess we're gonna sit here while this happens.
Yeah, this is a wash. We should just cancel this.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, a minute and 30 seconds in, we're done. Drew can't hear the music though, which is kind of sad because it's very catchy.
It's all right.
All right, we're about to meet our hero here. All right, we're going old school here. Yeah! Isn't this way better? Or of course, if you do this, you can hear Dominic Armato voice Guybrush, but it's much better in your head.
I'm over this way.
Drew can't hear them, so he doesn't know idea what they sound like.
Well then, Thriftweed.
So it's
I think I have a relatively good idea.
It's better like this. For the old schools out there.
So you want to be a pirate, eh?
Alright, we better go find these pirate leader guys, Drew. Doesn't he remind you of someone?
Yes. Yes, he does. Especially when he says things like "yikes."
And gee willikers.
The scumbar, was that not obvious?
Yeah.
Threepwood?
Was he not listening? He's not a very good listener. It's a recurring thing through the games. So the game is in 4 parts. This is the first part.
Part 1.
The 3 trios. Oh man.
I like that we just skipped like the exposition part.
Well, I just realized that the recorder, I got to actually make it a little, or resize it, because I realized you can't see the rest of my commands down here. Yeah, pointing and clicking, we can look at stuff.
Freaking heck, Governor Marley.
Alright, so we should probably go talk to these pirate dudes.
Can we do a speed run?
I was actually going to ask you if you wanted to do that. Do you want to do a speedrun or do you want to play through the game? Or do you want
don't
to,
care.
Do you want to talk to everyone, or do you want me to go through the game as fast as humanly possible?
I think it'd be pretty interesting to see how fast you could actually go through this game. Because how
let's do
fast
it.
could you actually finish it?
Let's do it. I think I don't know what my record is. I certainly don't know what the world record is. But if we're gonna do a speedrun, we're not gonna go talk to the pirate leaders. Well, no, actually, we do need to go that way. See, I'm already not sequence breaking correctly, Drew. We do have
This
to
is
go
embarrassing.
This way. I know, I'm a failure. We're already 4 minutes in. Alright, here's the pirate leaders. They tell you gotta do 3 trials and find treasure and stuff. It's really, really interesting. We gotta wait for the cook to come out here.
This looks like ne'er-do-wells.
They are. Here they are in HD.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I like the old one better. What do you think?
I mean, I kind of like the HD one, but that's because, well,
I mean, well, we can look at it like this. It's not as cool.
I mean, they actually have eyebrows now.
Whatever, you don't need eyebrows. What is taking this cook so long to come out of the kitchen? Do I have to, like, try and open it first? Yeah, he's like, he doesn't want you to come back here, but I need stuff back there to go, like, finish the game. There we go.
God, speedrun my ass.
Alright, we gotta... Oh no, I wanna pick Pick up the meat. Pick up the pot. Open the door. Knock this dude off. Takes like 3, I think. No, 1 more. I think sometimes you can grab it on that one. Get the fish.
Gotta get that fish.
Yeah, you gotta get. It's a red herring. See, it's important.
Get out.
There's the dude on the rafters. There's all these guys. All right, here's some exposition. I guess we should watch it because you've never played this game. So it's like a half speed run. It's a me playing the game but not doing any of the side stuff. Because you could spend hours talking to all those people, you know.
Captain LeChuck.
Yeah, man. I should get a LeChuck tattoo. I'm actually wearing my LeChuck t-shirt tonight in honor of this first playthrough that we're doing.
The first ever we play.
Yeah. I'm not sold on that name.
The first ever you play.
That's great. I actually like that a lot. Do you think it's copyrighted or anything?
Undoubtedly. You play as a.
I was kidding. That's the Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Are you watching this about the Ghost Pirates?
Yeah, I think so.
This guy doesn't really feel lucky. He's being very sarcastic right now. LeChuck is the main villain in the franchise, if that's not incredibly obvious, the fact that he's an undead pirate. Talking about Melee Island.
TM. It's trademarked.
I know.
Gotta respect that.
I've always thought that was so funny that they trademarked the proper nouns in this game. That's talking about us. Or Guybrush.
Threepwood?
Yes. Guybrush Ulysses Threepwood. That's his full name.
The hero Monkey Island deserves, but not the one it needs right now.
Yeah. Actually, Guybrush isn't, like, it was kind of a mistake that that's his name. The program they used to design the sprites saved as a .brush format, and they just titled the sprite Guy because he was just the male main character. And so they came up with the name Guybrush, and Threepwood is from a book, and I'm trying to remember what it's called, but that's like a family in the book, the Threepwoods. So since we're pirates, we need treasure, and unfortunately we don't have any ships, so we got to run away to the circus and get some treasure. This is an overhead view of the island, by the way. When I was a kid, I thought it was a cave, but it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it kind of looks like a cave. I can see that. Wow, they got electricity and everything.
I know. It's sort of like Disney Pirates. And actually, this ride was, this game was inspired by the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So as we play through the game, you'll see a lot of analogies between like LeChuck and Barbossa and Guybrush and Will Turner and Elaine, the female love interest, and what's her face?
Keira Knightley.
Yeah, Keira Knightley's character. They're actually really similar. A lot of fans consider the Pirates of the Caribbean movies to be sort of like the Monkey Island movies, at least the first 2. Which one of these should we say? I want to borrow this.
I borrow a trampoline. Yeah, that's a given.
All right, obligatory look at this in HD.
So I can't hear anything, and I'm just imagining them as the guys from South Park.
That Terrence and Phillip. Fettuccine brothers. That's us. My brother Alfredo. And my brother Bill.
It's the exact same like head motion, or the animation.
See that cannon over there? Oh, I need a drink. I mean, this is high quality stuff here, Drew.
This really is. What are we gonna do? How much? Yeah, of course. How much do you pay me?
Yeah, of course. Pieces of 8. Yeah, that's actually what we want. So
how much is it? How much is a piece of 8?
I guess it's 1/8 of a piece. I don't know.
So it's nearly 60 pieces then.
Yeah. It's a Spanish coin.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. I actually think it's 1/8 of a doubloon. That's what I want to say, but I haven't read about pirates in a while. So we needed this pot to use as a helmet to get shot out of this here cannon to get the money. The thing about point and clicks, the bad thing about point and clicks is that sometimes the solutions are a little obtuse. Just a touch. And the LucasArts games weren't as bad as some of the other ones. For instance, LucasArts had a policy, and we'll see a joke about this later. You can't actually die in their games, and at the time, their main competitor, Sierra, you could die. So it was also possible to go through like 90% of the game, forget an item in the beginning, and then like not be able to win. And actually, I had that happen to me while playing through I think it was Space Quest 2. And that's,
God, that sounds miserable.
yeah, it's really unfun. And I ended up. So this says, "Where's my helmet?" And then the other one says, "I'm Bob and are you my mother?" Which is a reference to another LucasArts game, Loom. Yeah, it was super annoying. And I don't know. I grew up playing the LucasArts games. I didn't play the Sierra ones till I was in college. I do like Gabriel Knight a lot. I think it's a great Sierra game. Mark Hamill's in it, and so is wait, is it Mark Hamill?
I was gonna say Mark Hamill's in the Sierra game, not a LucasArts game.
I mean, he's in LucasArts games too.
Yeah.
I want to say Mark Hamill and Tim Curry are in Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. But then Gabriel Knight, like 2 and onwards, they started using this thing called Real Movie Video, or FMV, Full Motion Video, and it's like they recorded it's like a movie, but it's not very good, and there's lots of like scripted sequences, and the original Gabriel Knight looks like this game, and it's awesome. So yeah, we're gonna need to go back to the village. We gotta go buy some pirating supplies now.
Of course.
Alright, so I'm definitely not playing this game the most efficient way that I can. There was actually an item we could have gone and collected back there. But I don't think it really matters. We're doing this for funsies.
We're not gonna set any world records this way.
So there's 3 trials, and we didn't talk to the guys, but there's 3 trials you have to do to be considered a pirate. You have to master the sword, master thievery, and master treasure hunting. And this guy will sell us a treasure map. This is my favorite response. It's pretty funny. So we're gonna buy a treasure map from this guy, but the map is actually dance instructions.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a point and click. And then we're gonna go buy a sword, and we're gonna go buy a shovel. The sword fighting is actually gonna take a while. That might be the longest part of part 1, because you need to go collect these insults that actually Orson Scott Card wrote, is his contribution to this game, and you go and like fight people with them, and once you get the insults, you can go fight the sword master and get the t-shirt. So here's actually an interesting bit of trivia about this game. There's actually a major character in here, but you actually don't need to talk to her, but she like gives you a bunch of exposition about the game. She's actually this next room over here, but you don't need to talk to her to continue the plot, which is pretty interesting.
That's weird.
And
I mean, what exposition is it?
She like tells you you're gonna go on a journey to Monkey Island, and like your sweetheart's gonna get kidnapped and stuff, but you actually don't need to talk to her. You just need to get this rubber chicken out.
Oh man, the pathing in this game is excellent.
Yeah.
It's better than Dota.
He calls you me fancy pants.
Of course.
Yeah, actually, I could have made this a lot easier and gone and gotten this flower we need, and then come back here, and while I was over here, I could have completed one of the quests. But I didn't. We'll go get the treasure first. How does that sound?
That works perfectly. So wait, he just lets you take the shovel?
No, I'm paying for it. He
didn't.
He makes a joke about the price. Like, he'll make one for the sword, too. See?
I see.
But it doesn't matter. You only need to buy, like, those 3 things with the money.
It don't take all day, man.
Man, when I was a kid... So we can go over here and meet Fester. Do you want me to do all the side stuff?
It's on you, man. You're playing.
All right, we'll go meet Fester. He's a pretty important character.
I'm just learning.
For some reason, the music from the Voodoo Lady's hut is still playing, and it should not be playing at this moment in the game. Like, it's not music that should be here.
A dark deserted alley like this.
Yeah, he freaking comes here and threatens me. Let's threaten him right back.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
Yeah, get out, Fester. He doesn't tell you his name here.
Spoilers. I better get your name.
We're mighty pirates. We don't care about the law.
He is the law. Uh-oh.
There we go. Trademark. I'm gonna take a sip of this here water.
Wait, he's not gonna arrest you for being a pirate?
No, man, this is a pirate town.
Oh.
Being a pirate is like a noble trade here, much like how Cartman envisioned it in Fatbeard. It's not a bad thing. I'm not a criminal.
Okay.
It's a very noble profession.
Okay.
All right, I'm really weirded out that the Voodoo Lady music is still playing. Maybe he'll just follow us the rest of the game. Oh yeah, it's gone now. But yeah, now Disney owns LucasArts, so a lot of people are worried that there won't ever be another Monkey Island game.
When was the last Monkey Island game?
I want to say like 2009 is when the episodes for Tales of Monkey Island started coming out, and I think they stopped in like 2010.
What, from the guys that did the like Walking Dead and those sorts of deal?
Yeah,
Telltale?
this was one of their earlier ones. I think it was. Oh wait, sorry, we gotta look at the map. Yeah, they did Tales of Monkey Island, and it was after they did the Sam and Max games, which was another LucasArts IP. All right, so these words here, what matters. So we got to go back, left, right, and I'm just gonna keep looking at the map. So back, we gotta get these flowers. Left. Right. Otherwise, you'll just like end. If you take the wrong turn, you'll end up back at the entrance. All right, now which way? Left, right, back. Okay.
Can do that.
And then what's the last one? Right, back, right, left, back. I've actually wanted to do a Monkey Island Let's Play for a while. So I'm glad you're here doing this with me. Alright, here we go. And for those of you watching, if anyone watches this, I encourage you to fully explore this game if you ever play it. There's a lot of really good stuff that we're sort of skipping over because this is a game that you should really explore yourself. And I don't know. Like, I like what we're doing, but there are definitely like better ways to enjoy this game. But if you play fast, I think you can. There's an achievement on Steam to beat the second one in 3 hours. I think this one is longer because the sword fighting is random. Like, the insults you learn are random. There's no guarantee you're going to learn all the insults you need that the sword master is going to use. But, you know what? Does that make sense? Like, you learn these insults, and you're not guaranteed to learn the ones that you need.
Right. No, I get that.
All right, so we're probably gonna do the Swordmaster last.
It's also pretty interesting that, I mean, this sort of humor and extra stuff they can add in point and clicks that weren't necessarily available to do in other games from this time period.
Oh yeah,
that are becoming more common, like nowadays, like with Borderlands and stuff like that.
One of the really interesting things is back before they made games were like talkies, like basically you could have whatever you could like change the dialogue up to the day the game shipped.
Right.
You know, if you didn't like something. So that's pretty interesting because now with voice acting, you have to have every like sequence planned well before you actually record the voice for it.
Yeah.
Oh, You know what? I missed something. I'm sorry. I spaced. We should have gone. We need to go back into the scum bar. Sorry, speed. Yeah, this is definitely not a speed run anymore. We would not finish speedily. I have to do all this backtracking. When I was a kid, I thought this game was beautiful. Like, I don't know. I really like this art style.
Still pretty interesting though. I mean, when this game would come out?
I want to say like 1991.
Dang.
Or maybe 1990. It's pretty old. I think the second one came out in like 92, the third one came out in like 97, the fourth one came out in like 2001, 2002, and the latest one came out in 2009. I might be wrong, so if anyone out there is listening, I'm sorry. You can use Wikipedia and double check that. And actually, the fourth one, they made a port for the PS2.
Is the fourth one still? I'm assuming the fourth one's still point and click.
It's different. This uses the SCUM engine, which was developed. It's short for. It stands for like script code used in Maniac Mansion, which was their first point and click. So it was a code developed specifically for that game, and then all the LucasArts point and click games had it up until they developed Lua or Luau, and Monkey Island 4 and another really big classic Grim Fandango have that engine. And they were the only two games. And actually, Grim Fandango just got re-released.
Yeah, I saw that.
I actually have never played Grim Fandango.
I haven't either. As little as a surprise as that might come as. This looks ominous.
Yeah, this is the governor's mansion. And she has piranha poodles, which is why we needed to spike this meat with that deadly flower. Watch, there's even like an animal cruelty warning that pops up here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy.
This is getting too meta.
I actually don't think you can do anything here. I think you try and leave and you get stopped. Oh no, I remember what you have to do. You have to open this door over here that I totally walked past. I'm just breaking and entering. It's our old. It's our old.
He's
nemesis.
here too.
Yeah, he's the sheriff. He's bodyguarding.
I don't think that's how a sheriff works, man.
We're fighting.
Kaboom.
I put this here for safekeeping. But I don't understand why the game makes you do that, because you come back out and get it, I'm pretty sure. Alright, now I want you to watch this this area down here where it says walk to. See hypnotized quarrelsome rhinoceros? I'm not doing that. That's just something the game's doing to be funny. And he says, no, not the red button. When I was a kid, this was hilarious. I mean, it still is kind of hilarious. The humor in this game is its own, you know? It's going to put some items in the inventory.
The symbols on the wall look like the S's we used to draw as kids.
Yeah, they kind of do. I've never noticed that. See, I got a staple remover. Use staple remover on tremendous, dangerous looking yak. That didn't go over very well, it looks like. Yeah, you are, Guybrush. Get in there.
Wax lips.
Tellals. The second one is pretty good too. I like all the Monkey Island games, to be honest with you. Even the fourth one, which some people don't like. But Ron Gilbert, the original creator of Monkey Island, left Monkey Island after the second one. So the third Elaine is like never supposed to become a love interest, according to him. And I don't know. I don't think he should like remake the third Monkey Island in his own, like how he originally would have done it, because the game he would make now is not the game he would have made then in like 1994 or whatever, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the context changes.
Yeah. So like Monkey Island is what it is now, for better or for worse. And I like the third one a lot too. All right, we gotta go get a file to get this idol, which is what we're trying to thieve here. And to do that, we need to go to the jail.
But where is the governor?
She appears when you try and leave with the idol. And you can say it belongs in a museum, which is totally what I'm going to say. There's some Indiana Jones / Star Wars references in this game.
From a LucasArts game? And I'd never have guessed.
What? No, he wants to go for repellent. Oh, he wants a breath mint. I forgot about the breath mint. I also know the first act like really well. I don't think I know Act 2 this well.
Do you know the first act that well, though? Because, I mean, you forgot the breath mint.
You're right. God, this dude is crotchety.
Are you saying that because he uses a crutch?
Yes.
Ooh. Wrecked.
Yeah, basically. Man, getting served by this blind peg leg dude. He's also the one who takes you to the Sword Master. And I guess we're gonna go get her so that we can go start when we do the sword stuff. Because you have to like follow him anyway, and we have to go back that direction. So that seems like efficient value.
Wait, don't you have to go back to the prison?
Oh, thanks, Drew. I'm so glad you're here playing with me. You're right. I gotta go back to the prison. His name is Otis.
Of course it is.
I don't think we're gonna learn his name in this game, though. They might tell us eventually.
Krago meant? No, you should have told him to keep his stiff upper lip.
The file is in this carrot cake. And we're gonna get it. In Monkey Island 4, you come back here, and, like, you meet all these people again, and, like, Otis, like, goes crazy. I mean, he's already kind of crazy. He's in prison for picking the yellow flower.
Is that illegal?
Yes, the sheriff arrested him for doing that. That's why he's in jail. Just fly for everyone out there. Because he did a bad thing. Yeah, gotta get a crew together. Well, I don't want to spoil it too much for you here, Drew.
No, of course not. Come on, we gotta get this,
Yeah, we gotta get this idol.
Yeah. Is the idol a ship? Was it the thing that was in the jar or the bottle?
It looks like a face.
No, never mind.
Like a little wooden face.
No, I was talking about that ship in the bottle that's in the foreground.
I just don't like that. No, it's not that. Like, I kind of wish I could see. I understand why they did it this way, but I still kind of wish you could have seen this. So when I was a kid, like I was saying earlier, the solutions are kind of obtuse. This game was hard when I was a kid, and I totally looked up a walkthrough, and I still loved it. Like I even the fact that I'd look up a text walkthrough on, like, I want to say like Bonfire or like Tripod, Angel Fire or like Tripod or something, and I had to like print it out and like sit there and read it as I played.
The one I used was Cheat Code Central, which eventually became Cheat CC.
I liked that site. See, there's the idol. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I got a cough. Yeah, the Idol of Many Hands is what it's called.
They're just sleeping,
Man, just excuse after excuse, Guybrush.
man.
It belongs in a museum.
Is that what you said every single time you've played this game?
Yeah, because he goes, ha! There's the governor. Wonder what she looks like in HD.
What?
She looks more like
You
she...
heard me.
Oh, wait, hold on.
The real question is, how did he get in here?
She's a British accent, so it's really weird how they portray Elaine, because in the first and second game you don't hear her voice, and then in the third game she has this super British accent, and then in the fourth and fifth game she just like doesn't have it anymore. It's really funny.
What even is continuity?
Yeah, but it's here now. Like she had it when I went to the HD mode. I wonder if her mouth moves in this mode.
So my idol belongs
No.
in a museum, eh?
No, I like her better like this. What should we say? Let's say gosh.
Gotta say, gosh. Person who's tried. Oh my god.
It's because I have the idol. Let's say Jeepers. Jeepers and rice.
Threewood is a fascinating name. I feel like the not HD version looks better than the HD version of this.
Yeah. Let's say bluffed.
When you go to the HD version, Threepwood looks like a villain from a 90s teen movie.
Yeah, he does. They gave him like this weird five head too.
He looks like the guy from Encino Man.
Yeah. I don't know. But like his hair is not like that. Look. Like where did they get
No,
that
it's not.
from?
I don't know.
In the second game he has a beard. I want to take this vase. Can I take this vase? I don't think you can use I don't think you use the vase for anything. I just got oh no.
Threefold.
What should I say?
Buzz off, dude.
Buzz off, Fester.
You've got to live up to your 90s villain.
I need to cool
Persona.
off. I'm going to put you on ice. You know what killed the dinosaurs, Batman? The Ice Age. Melee Island TM are over.
My plans for the governor are far
This is actually kind of cool.
What, the
to
transitions?
risk letting
Well, with the moon and all that.
like you
Yeah.
get in the way. So long, Mr.
That's the idol? That's kind of boring.
Yeah, that's the idol. Spice Cake or Droop Face. Then he pushes me in. That jerk. So, interesting fact. I said earlier you could not die on Monkey Island. That is not true. This is one of the 2 instances you can die. Guybrush can hold his breath for 10 minutes, and then he drowns. And look, there's all these sharp things next to me. There's all these things. But you know how you solve this puzzle, Drew? You put it in your pants and you walk away.
God damn it.
Just remember that. You put it in your pants.
That's not how physics works.
And you walk away. The idol's made out of like wood. I don't know. It looks like wood in the HD, but it looks like gold in this version.
You're talking about wood that generally floats.
Yes.
I'm not saying this game isn't realistic.
Well, look, the governor's fallen Natalie in love with me.
Of course. I'm assuming George Lucas wrote this.
No, Ron Gilbert.
Whatever.
Jar Jar Binks isn't in this.
That'd be amazing if he was in the HD version. Just pops out of the water.
Jabba the Hutt's here.
And moving.
Guybrush also gets like he's kind of like naive and like kind of goofy, but in the second one he's like kind of mean and like stupid.
He seems kind of stupid in this one.
I mean, but he is kind of stupid. He's just like really nice and like really naive, but he is kind. I'm not saying he's not dumb. I'm just saying in the second one he gets like it's just different. I don't know, when we play it.
God, this dialogue is impeccable.
There's this whelming romantic music as well that you're really missing out on.
I feel like I'm getting it anyways.
See, she promised she would never marry a pirate. The last pirate who tried to marry her
died.
Yeah, she told him to drop dead. So he did. Do you know who that pirate was, Drew?
I'm assuming it's somebody else that's relevant to the story.
Maybe a dead pirate we've met earlier in the game? Man, she is sultry. She is a saucy minx. Alright, we just have one more. But you know what? It looks like I goofed. We have to follow... We have to go back to that dude's house. I mean, the store. So that we can go find the Swordmaster, who we won't be able to fight quite yet. Because we don't even know how to swing a sword.
No.
We don't even know how to fight, Drew. We're just babes in the woods. But you know what? We're 36 minutes in, and we finished 2 trials.
Is that good?
I don't know. Because I was going to try and beat this game in 3 hours, and now I don't think that's going to happen.
I can just imagine the viewers turning off now.
Yeah, they're like, goodbye. They're like, lame stream is lame. Or lame content is lame.
I don't tune into Guarzales' YouTube channel for this shit.
It's kind of weird to like I have that Magic channel and like I want to play other games, you know, but I don't know. Like, can I diversify my portfolio?
I don't see any reason why not. Because I feel like generally the audience for people that play Magic games or play Magic kind of goes outside Magic as well.
Yeah, I just feel like I could have like a channel dedicated to like not a channel, but like just videos dedicated to other games. Because I've been thinking about doing a Monkey Island one basically since I started. Just because I know the game so well.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we just gotta follow this guy to the Swordmaster. He makes some like real creeper comments to her, and then we can go and get trained. I don't think it's possible for him to catch you. Yeah, I guess it's not. I was like literally right behind him. I used to worry that he might catch me, but like I said, I don't think that's possible.
This is really killing my realism.
What is?
Well, I don't know, dude. Everything seems scripted, that's all.
Why, because I'm doing so well? Or because I know everything?
Well, it's people catching up to other people being impossible.
Sorry, I'll make it a little more realistic for you. How was that? I hid in the shadows for a little bit.
That's good. That way he won't know you're there. Not really suspending my disbelief.
So, in the original version of this game, it was like floppies. Like 16 floppies. And there's a joke. There was a joke that was removed from the CD version. It looks like this version as well. Called the stump joke. The stump says to please insert disc 36. There is no disc 36.
And yet you tried and tried.
Yeah, people tried a lot to like figure it out, but there's no the disc it wanted did not exist. Actually, while he does this, I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. You just watch this real fast. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Sorry, what did I miss?
Not much.
Hey, it's your loss, baby. I imagine talking like Gilbert Gottfried. Hey, it's your loss, baby. That was a horrible Gilbert Gottfried impression.
That was. Yeah, I don't really know what that was.
That was pretty. Everyone, I'm sorry. All right, so now we gotta go get trained by Captain Smirk. Captain Merc.
Captain whom?
A troll. Actually, this part's kind of funny. You gotta pay the troll toll.
The troll toll. What are you trying to get into?
I'm going to beg. You can offer him your moss-covered three-handled family credenza. I'm pretty sure. I want to offer him that for our viewers. I know what the toll is.
Is it a rubber chicken?
No, it's none of those things. We need the rubber chicken for something else. You want something that will attract attention but have no real importance? That's not a clearly obvious clue. I don't part of me kind of doesn't understand why this gag is in here.
Because they can.
Yeah, basically. Alright, we're actually going to go into HD mode for this in a second. Because, here, I'll show you.
Red hair.
Because look, it's George Lucas when he takes off the mask, and I don't think you can really tell it's him. Yeah, but you can't really see it.
Oh my
like
god.
this. Yeah, and then he like uses the Force and gets the club back. Yeah. But you don't. I don't like. It's not immediately obvious that that's George Lucas unless you're in the new version. But I mean, even when I played the game as a kid, I knew it was George Lucas. So I don't know how I knew that.
The Force, probably, be my guess.
Captain Merc. Chomping on a cigar with an eye patch.
Is that Duke Nukem?
It should be. Let's see what he sounds like.
I remember fighting side by side with Carla at
He doesn't
Port
sound like
Royal.
Duke Nukem.
The local constabulary.
Sorry, a bit of a lull in our commentary here. We're gonna hammer our point home here. See, I'm breaking with my persistence. Oh, I forgot. You need to spend money on this too.
$30 pieces of hate.
I have 30 pieces of it.
He drives a hard bargain.
Yeah, you don't need the money for anything else. You just need it to like do the other things. I mean, I know what that I know what that sounded like, but the money, like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Like, once you have the money, you have the money.
The only money you'll ever need.
Yeah, that's all the money you
That
need in the
sword
game.
out and let's see what you can do with it.
This is way funnier like this. Oh, I'm horrible.
How dare you, farmer?
Now, I want you to remember as we do these insults that Orson Scott Card wrote these.
I'll keep that in mind.
The famous sci-fi author.
He wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right?
No, that's Douglas Adams.
I know. He wrote Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wait, oh yeah, he did write that, didn't he? Damn it.
No, he
Can't even.
didn't. That's Philip K. Dick.
Yeah, that's who it was. Oh my god, what does that thing look like in HD?
Do you really not know what Orson Scott Card wrote?
No, I do know what Orson Scott Card wrote.
Advance,
How about
thrust,
you-
recover,
you prove
parry,
it?
repulse.
Dude.
Distance.
No, that's Frank Herbert.
Watch your foot.
Damn it.
I'm gonna tell you, and you're gonna feel really silly.
Wait.
You wrote Ender's Game.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. The movie sucked.
That book was great. All right, let us in, Captain Smirk. Whoa, this game is rated G. I actually don't know what this game was rated. Look at that little monkey.
It's kind of terrifying. So this game actually came out in 1990.
Excuse me, princess.
The second one came out in 91.
I'm hashtag casual.
I mean, you're trying to give us fun facts.
You're right. Thank you for checking on that. I hope me goofing up earlier did not impact our viewers negatively. You know, maybe they stopped watching when they realized I didn't know what I was talking about. So the other game that brings this, there are two other games that bring back the insult thing. 2 did not have any insult sequences. 3 has one that's exactly the same, except there's also like a ship mini game. It's like on the sea, and all the insults have to rhyme. It's pretty fun. And then in the 4th one, insult whatever, like insult arm wrestling, insult X, is like basically everything the pirates do. It's like the only way they settle disputes is by doing some form of a game with insults attached to it. It's very en vogue. See, I'm doing these wrong on purpose. So you need to defeat at least 3 pirates in order to fight the Swordmaster, but I think 5 is a safer number to have the answers that you that you need. I'm really sorry about my cough. Also, I don't know. This is fun. We're having fun, right? Next time I should do this with a beer, maybe.
Yeah, I'm already a few beers in, so
Oh, I haven't had any beer. I should go grab one real fast.
that's why I can remember what Orson Scott Card wrote.
I think I am gonna go get a beer. Blue Moon Peach. I got a Blue Moon seasonal, and I don't think I like it very much. Actually, have you had their horchata and cinnamon? It's really good.
Horchata and cinnamon? That
Yeah.
doesn't sound like it's my taste.
It's really, really good, and I don't mean like that blue raspberry beer I got.
Well, I'm drinking Bombshell Blonde right now, and
Oh, I like Bombshell Blonde.
dude, I went to Whole Foods today,
That's
and they
one-
had a vendor there for Southern Star who makes Bombshell Blonde. I'm like,
That's the company from Conroe, right?
yeah. I'd be like, can I shake your hand, man? I just love your beer. But I didn't do that.
Bit of an Inigo Montoya joke here.
Of course, because the only funny humor anymore is referential humor.
Yeah, you can't say any of these or you lose the insult. If you say that, you just lose. So we start off with 2 insults. See, he knew the answer. Now he gets to ask us an insult.
How are we gonna respond?
I don't know. We probably don't know it. Yeah, we don't know the answer to that. That's not the right answer. We're gonna lose this one.
Uh-oh.
It's alright. We're just gonna sit here and like wait for them to come to us. Let's ask the ones that we don't know the answer to, because this is why it's important. It's more important to get the answers to these insults, because the Swordmaster actually asks completely different insults.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She asks like different insults, and you have to figure out which of the answers that you learned from here match hers. So even though you have to beat 3 pirates, it's more important to learn more insults. Very rude. Man, they know all the answers this time around. Sometimes when I played this game, I would beat 3 of them, and they like none of them would know the answers. Isn't this the one I just asked?
Mm-hmm.
The other good thing is you can't repeat insults you've already asked. Oh, he doesn't know that one. That's too bad. Aw, man, this guy was a weakling. There's also only like, I think there's like 3 or 4 of these pirate sprites that you can potentially fight. I don't think we know this one yet.
It's this terrifying pirate sprite.
Don't drink regular Sprite. Drink pirate Sprite. Oh, this guy's a weakling too. Some of these pirates not knowing the insults. I don't have any fresh ones, I don't think. Let's just do a bad one and maybe he'll give us one we don't know yet. Yeah, he gave us one we don't know. That's good. I'm just using the ones that don't make any sense. We do know that one. I think you need to get 3 to win.
Just 3 total or 3 in a row?
I think it's just 3.
So that's 2.
Oh no, I mean like to win the match. I think you need to but yeah,
three insults. I got you.
Yeah. But you do need to beat 3 pirates, and they'll say something like, "Man, you're good enough to go face the sword master. You're good enough to face the sword master." But we need to learn more insults. I don't think we can beat the sword master with the insult selection we have right now. Ah, zinger. And you fight like a dairy farmer, how appropriate you fight like a cow is like a running joke in the series. Because it's like it's the first one you learn. Alright, we're gonna do at least 2 more.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, are you bored?
We're never gonna figure out the correct insults.
No, I know all the answers. There are some weird ones the Sword Master, like, I feel like she tends to ask sort of the same, like, 10, but there's more like 20 or 30 of these insults. At least to me, it doesn't feel totally randomized, because there's 1 or 2 that when I was reading through them, I was like, I don't think I've ever actually heard her say that one. I really need to get these insults answered. I don't think there's any more fresh ones, are there? Oh yeah, we haven't gotten this one yet. It's too bad no one's ever heard of you at all. But this dude's just not a good pirate. Let's see if we can get some off of him.
It doesn't seem like a very good comeback.
Alright, that's one we don't know. I wonder what this looks like in HD. Oh, it looks horrible. Not a fan.
God, there's more than 6 pixels on the screen.
He says that.
But are we?
I don't know. We could try. I would just rather have a few more answers available.
Hashtag YOLO.
I used to think I could beat this game in an hour, but I don't think that's possible. We're coming at 55 minutes here. Yay, he had the answer. Alright, that's a new one. We know that one.
Yeah, we do.
He must have taught you everything you know.
Classic Orson Scott Card.
Did we ever learn the answer to this one? I'm not going to take your insolence sitting down.
I can't remember.
Oh, no, we
Nope.
didn't. That's it. All right, good. We got some good. We got like 2 answers that time. That was pretty good. All right, maybe just one more. I'm going to go try it out. And you don't get to ask the Swordmaster questions. She asks you questions.
So how do you beat her? Just
You do it like 3 or 4 times in a row.
dang. And if you answer incorrectly
Oh no,
3 times?
I guess it's a total. Yeah, a total of 3 or 4 times. All right, that's one we don't know either. This is actually a really cool part of the game. There's no other part of the game that's like this. Yeah, the blonde ones like know the insults apparently, and the bald ones do not.
I feel like we know how the creators feel.
Oh, there's different levels. There's like ugly pirate. Like I don't think this guy's very good. Let's only fight the bloodthirsty ones.
God, yeah, that's efficiency.
No, these are all ugly. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh no, now they're all gone. Oh, there's one. That's an ugly
Still
one.
ugly. God.
Whatever. We'll just fight one of these guys. Sorry, I know I said one more, but we got a ton of insults that we don't know the answer to. Like we don't know this one. It's I hope you learn to stop picking your nose. Which he doesn't know.
Goddamn ugly pirates, man.
Actually, we know all the answers to the answers to all these ones.
Wait. Yeah, we don't... Do we know that one?
I think so. It's even before they smell your breath.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have it. Alright, let's go try and fight the Swordmaster.
Yeah, I feel like you're very unconfident.
Like you don't have to know all the insults to fight the Swordmaster.
The Swordmaster.
The Swordmaster. Gonna fight the Swordmaster.
Which I surely didn't give you.
She sounds like she does in the 4th game. Of course you don't. Oh, Carla. Captain Smirk. That cigar chewing, eye patched. This is even before they smell your breath, so I hope we have it. This is He Must Have Taught You Everything You Know.
I feel like you've played this game before.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think it's this one.
That's the one for the
Wait, I need,
shish kebab.
I need her to repeat this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Feather Duster one.
So they use the same answer for two of them?
No, we didn't use that one.
No, but that one's for the shish kebab one.
Oh yeah, the Swordmaster has different insults, and you have to use your answers to solve them, even though you don't know the answer.
I got you.
She has her own insults. We don't have this. We don't have this one. I don't think this is a. Why would you like to borrow one? Yeah, we don't have that one. But I think we just need to get one more hit on her to win.
One more making her dance back slightly.
Yeah, this is the Dairy Farmer one.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Maybe you do have to get her all the way to the side there. Ooh. Too bad no one's ever heard of you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna think of.
Alright, we had enough insults to beat her. Great. She gives me a t-shirt. It only comes in a size extra small.
%100% cotton. Ooh, baby.
Alright, so now we have completed the trials, but part 1 is not over. Something happens, and we have to get a crew together. And Carla, Otis, and an unmentioned character as of yet named Meat Hook will be our crew, and we'll get our ship from these lights down here. But first, to the cutscene. Because I don't think you can do anything until we see it. Oh man, a ghost ship!
That seems ominous.
Let's get Otis first, he's easy to get.
Oh no. Not Elaine.
We'll try and make this crew part. We'll make this crew part good. Skiddy bop. Yeah, I already know what to do, old man. Monkey Island, the titular island. All right, so I hate to break this to you, Drew, but 5 games in, no one knows the secret of Monkey Island. I don't know if you knew that. Like, still, no one knows the secret. Supposedly, if Ron Gilbert had actually made the 3rd game, he would have told us. But no one actually knows the secret of Monkey Island. All right, so getting Otis is a little tricky.
Okay.
We need all these mugs. Let me put it that way. So you get these mugs. You go in here and you get the grog. And then you have to, like, juggle the grog between the mugs. So I think U is a hotkey. Yeah, U is a hotkey. So I'm going to be able to just push U instead of, like, dragging my... let's get this meat, too. Let's get this extra meat.
How did you figure this out as a kid?
Definitely the walkthrough.
This is like a puzzle that's fighting back.
Alright, there's, like, a couple different levels of the mug here. So
The mugs are The mugs are melting?
Yeah, I have to like quickly use the mug with another mug to like
put the stuff in between.
to transfer the grog. Yeah,
Gotcha.
and if the mugs melt all the way, you have to start over.
That mug's melting, man.
All right, we got Idis. Next, we'll go get Meat Hook. Actually, I think, yeah, the crew is easier to get than the ship. The ship is kind of hard to get. I wonder if we can. Like, you need to get a credit card to get the ship. I wonder if we can get the. It's actually not a credit card. It's a note of credit. I wonder if we can go get that now before we meet the ship guy, Stan, who is another main character in the series. He's always trying to sell you stuff.
Classic Stan.
Yeah, you do see Otis. That's another running gag in the franchise. I can.
God, 3 wood.
Yeah, 3 wood. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. Alright. So, exposition, but we're going to discuss our battle plan. I don't think you have to do anything to get Carla, the Sword Master. And for Meat Hook, you just have to, like, touch this monster for him that bit off his hand as a child. What? Fester, what are you doing here? Gasp! Horror!
Oh my god.
Fester was LeChuck all along. Oh my god.
Legit did not see that coming.
Did you really not?
I honestly did not.
Well, that's how it happened.
Holy shit, LeChuck is terrifying.
Yeah, he has a tentacle beard.
And how fares our
Well, actually, he's not that scary like this. He's way scarier as a blue guy.
Yeah, for real.
With a writhing beard. And that map in the back is Monkey Island.
Looks like a witch riding a broomstick.
You can tell it's a map in this one.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's also 2 pictures in this version, but only 1 in this version.
That's such a weird change to make.
Yeah, just well, maybe there was too much wall space, but you think they could just make that picture bigger? I don't know. Also, there's a key right there, like in between the picture and the map, that's not present in the It's not present. Yeah, he doesn't know I didn't die.
He's 20 feet. That seems exaggerated.
I mean, yeah, I don't think it was really that deep. Alright, so the ghost's only weakness is root beer. So
That's kind of obvious.
Oh, I did not want to look at the note. Something like froze up here. Oh, I can't even skip this. Alright, well, we're going to read this note real fast. Yours truly, Captain LeChuck. Alright, let's... So you get the credit from the shopkeeper, but I don't know if we can get it until we talk to Stan.
He steps out for 5 minutes. Oh no. Different dialogue.
I already met her and beat her. Yeah, I can't get it yet. So let's go get the rest of the crew first, and then we'll do the shit. Oop. I love it that he calls me Fancy Pants. Sorry for the jump cut, guys. We didn't go very far. Excuse me. What will I do without my sweetheart?
Isn't Elaine the name of the woman from Indiana Jones too?
What? Her name is Marion.
Yeah, you're right. I guess that would have been too obvious.
All right, we're gonna go to the Swordmaster. It's also always nighttime on Melee Island. If you haven't noticed.
It's like on Monkey Island.
It's always day.
That makes sense.
Alright, so we just need to go get Meat Hook.
Meat Hook, I'm assuming, is the chef.
No, he's not the chef. He lives on this weird island, and actually that's why you need the rubber chicken.
So we haven't met Meat Hook then.
Yeah, we have not yet met Meat Hook. He lives over here on island.
Uncapitalized island.
Yeah, lights, circus, fork, sword masters.
She's a zip line.
Yeah, it's a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. There's restrooms and souvenirs on the island.
The fabulous Hook Island.
There he is. He's a painter. Or he is later. He has this awesome tattoo on his chest. And he's also fat here. He doesn't look that fat here. He looks really buff.
He looks pretty buff in both.
I don't know, he's kind of got a gut here.
It's just a muscle stomach.
Okay.
Note they left.
It's possible to come here and like talk to. It's possible to talk to all these people before you get them on their crew. What a great idea! I hadn't thought of that. No, no one wants to give Threepwood the benefit of the doubt. Alright, there's a monster back here that we touch and he joins us. He keeps it behind these giant doors. It is quite horrifying. There's a lot of security. It's a fantastical beast. Why he keeps it in its home is beyond me.
Well, otherwise, how is he gonna have that security?
A bat fluttered by, or a bird, perhaps. There's some ambient noises. He goes to a safe distance. And he freaks out. And then you see Guybrush's face. It's a parrot! Ah! Let's tease the parrot. Now let's stroke the parrot. Stroke murderous winged devil.
Is that a euphemism?
I don't know, but it squawked at me.
So why is the parrot the thing that's behind all the security?
Because it ate his hands.
I thought that was a different beast.
Well, but it was still a parrot, you know? It's just smaller than the other parrot. Although there is a monster in Monkey Island 3 that you don't meet called El Pollo Diablo. So maybe El Pollo Diablo ate his hands. It's the demon. It translates from Spanish to the demon
The
chicken.
demon chicken? Yeah.
I don't know if you speak a lot of Spanish, Drew, but
I was somehow able to piece that together.
yeah. Yeah, meat hook, you big lug. You can be in my crew any old time. I kind of wish like H. John Benjamin, Kristen Shaw, and Dan Mintz were voicing this right now. Yeah, he can make his tattoo talk. I don't know if he does it in this game. He might if we like visited him for fun. But like I said, really the best way to enjoy this game is to do like everything, because there's a lot of really funny stuff that the characters say, like that's not part of the main plot. But in the interest of time, we're just not doing that.
I'm giving a broad overview of Melee Island.
And then Monkey Island.
Of course.
Oh, I want to use this. There we go. It does kind of suck that some of the stuff is getting cut off at the top. I don't think I can make this any bigger. I think I can just adjust it. Yeah, maybe that's a good compromise. No, I don't like that. Alright, so actually now we need to go to lights. We needed to look at the ships. Yeah, this is way better than a lame old Twitch stream. This is recorded forever. Ah, it's Stan! Alright, so his jacket, that's the background, and then they layer this over it to make it look at how weird it looks when it moves.
It's just, yeah, it looks like it's, that's so weird.
So basically Stan is a used ship salesman.
No, I got that.
He's like a used car salesman, but for ships.
Vessels.
Just
Okay,
look
don't
at
cheapen
all
it.
these ships. I've got
Oh my god, I love that they kept the jacket pattern for the HD version though.
Me too.
So tell me, what are you interested?
I think it's this one. Look at that one. This is fuel economy, and that's the other one says as is. We want that one in the back. It's called the Sea Monkey, and it's the only ship that successfully made its way all the way to Monkey Island, crewed by chimps. No, I don't want the longboat, Stan.
Seems like it's more of a Viking boat.
What did I call it? A longboat?
Yeah.
That's what-
Well, I mean, I think that's probably the correct term for it.
Does this look weird?
This-
Does this look weird on Skype?
No,
Okay,
I don't
good.
think so.
I was just worried that it was not very high quality. This is
No, it looks good.
This is not the boat we want.
This isn't the boat we're looking for.
Yeah, we want that one in the back.
Should we move along?
Yeah, we should. Man, you're good at those. I think maybe it's this one. I don't have that much to spend.
Oh, I bet he does.
Yeah, take me to see the one on the back. That's the one I want, Stan. Red flag. This is the ship we're buying. It is kind of annoying that the top of the text is getting cut off.
Still readable though.
Chimps? There aren't any chimps in the Caribbean. Stan promptly silences us. It looks like it's kind of sinking on the end too.
It really does. I was kind of curious about that. Get one on credit.
Yeah, we need to go get the credit from the store owner. And actually, I need to grab a piece. This is the only time in the game that I recommend getting a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. And I have them ready.
What a pro. Whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna come back. We just need to go get the credit first. Yeah, we're done here for now.
Thanks, Stan.
Thanks, Dad. Stan was actually. Do you remember that site? You're the Man Now, dog.
Yeah.
Stan had one to Weird Al's hardware store song. You know, that part where they're like listing everything they have at the hardware store, and it's like him doing this thing. The compass always points to Stan. What a great compass.
It's just genius marketing.
I mean, Stan is kind of a genius. Breaking the fourth wall there a little. I'll be back. I will be back. He's the only one who sells ships. And as you can gather, we need a ship and a crew to rescue the governor.
Of course.
I really wish it was like I guess this is sort of the happy medium here. I'm not super happy about it.
It's more of a compromise.
Yeah.
It's more of a resigned acceptance. A lot of the rats just hanging out on the street with the, I guess with the pirates.
This is the rat pirates. Actually, those guys are pretty funny if you talk to them, but they don't do anything. All right, this is what I need it for. We need to keep track of that safe combination.
Okay.
Lying is a big part of piracy. All right, so he's gonna go to that safe, and the way it turns is what we need. So, all the way around.
Half.
Around half.
Yeah. So it went, I guess, counterclockwise and then clockwise halfways twice.
Counter.
If that matters.
Well, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it one more time.
Okay. I think that's what it was. I think it was counterclockwise,
Well,
all the way around.
I'm gonna pause it while he does it too, just to make sure we have it right.
Alright, you're just playing it on easy mode. I understand that.
I don't wanna like forget it. We're gonna make him leave and we're gonna go do it.
Dude, I don't know if
Yeah,
I
he's
can.
really busting our balls over here about being a pirate.
Yeah, I don't know if I can RP this way.
Yeah, for reals.
So like
So it's
counterclockwise 4 all the way.
CC4, C3,
Clockwise.
C3.
Half. When it was 2,
Oh, 2, yeah.
and there was 2 again.
Yeah, and then CC2.
No, it was just clockwise 2.
It's counterclockwise 4, clockwise 2, but then he goes back down.
Oh, well, he goes back up.
And then he goes...
Well, Yeah, so it's counterclockwise 2 then, and then clockwise 2 again.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just, for some reason, I was thinking it would reset.
Man, you're
There's no way we're gonna get through this playthrough.
all right. Let's sit in looking for the sword master at Melee Island.
I mean, I can understand being kind of crotchety.
But he wants to go. He wants to go creep on her. You know, that's like his thing.
Okay, I got
He's
that.
creeping on the sword master.
I mean, that's a hike. That's the only thing.
So parts 1 and 2 are pretty long, but parts 3 and 4 are pretty short. So we got push and pull. I guess we're gonna pull it towards us. Yeah.
And then push.
Now.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes more sense. I guess it'd be a pain in the ass to program like that. See, this is the sort of stuff that would stress me out playing a point and click.
All right, we got the
Like,
notes credit.
Like having to be conscious of these sorts of things.
Yeah. When I was a kid, stuff like that, and the grog part really stressed me out. Men of low moral fiber, pirates. Some of the other games you can get back to the map by pushing like F4, but not in this one. I just pushed it. All right, we're all, that sweet, sweet ship is almost ours.
With our stolen credit.
Yeah, you need to get it down to 5,000 pieces of 8. So it's not like a totally done deal. We have to like finagle with Stan a little, but we're pretty close.
Buying a used ship on credit. What could go wrong?
Well, part 2 is on Monkey Island, so something goes right. The used ship emporium. No, Stan. Why?
It's the steals.
It's all the ships. He's got all the ships.
Just look at all these ships.
Look at all these ships.
So you gonna show us the longboat again?
Show me the cheap one.
It just seems like that one should be more expensive than the Viking boat, based upon my limited knowledge of shipcraft.
Yeah, the Viking boat doesn't look very big.
I mean, it doesn't even have a cabin.
The most expensive one is this red one, or this brown one.
Can you buy it?
No, you can only buy this one.
How do you know it's the most expensive?
I've played this game before.
All right.
Chronic gambling mishaps. Who is he to judge?
He's got a point.
Little do they realize I stole this credit. An honest man with a steady income. Ho ho ho!
Wow. Guybrush Threepwood is a man of little moral fiber.
Let's see what he thinks it's worth. 10,000. We gotta have that.
Nah, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way.
Yeah, here's what we do. We talk to the we basically decline him on all the extras. It's like actually buying a car. Porthole defoggers. I'm gonna move this up a little so that our viewers can read what Stan is saying at the top of the screen there. Wow, too soon. So we gotta do this for every single one of them. Some of them get kind of extreme.
The rack and pinion rudder. So is he planning on taking all of these things off before he sells it to you?
Yeah, I guess so. Velour sail covers. I kind of want that. Muni is an ugly word. I don't even know what that is.
The tachometer?
Yeah.
I think it tells you your speed.
Oh, I read that as tachometer, but I guess tachometer is better. Elevator. The elevator made from wood from wine Burgundy casks. Or whatever he just said. He said something like that. It is a little decadent there, Stan.
If there's one thing we're not, it's decadent.
Burgundy wine casks. Years before Anchorman. Or that's mahogany, I guess. Alright, we're done here.
Holy shit.
Alright, now is it worth Stanley? Alright, well,
7,300.
yeah, it's not worth that much. We're
It's
gonna
a bit rich for my
we're gonna
blood.
make him an offer. Let's just work our way up.
The fact that he keeps calling it a day is kind of killing my suspension of disbelief. It's clearly night.
Let's see what he thinks it's worth now. All right. He's probably not going to change from that, so we'll just work our way up. All right, Stan. How does 3,000 sound? Oh, whatever, Stan. This ship away today. Alright, let's go up to 4. It's weird it won't let you offer 1. Alright, 4,000. Do I hear 4,000 pieces of 8? Is this how it was when you bought your new car?
Yes. It's not even like that anymore. They don't even. There's hardly any haggling anymore.
Alright, he got it. We got it.
We did it.
I'm stealing food from the mouths of babes. I don't think he has a boss. Ah, sure, Stan. Just buttering me up. I've already spent my money, Stan. Ugh, the nerve. That was an aside. I didn't hear that. I like how it's just established that you'll have 3 members in your crew. Like, yep, that's the right number of crewmen to have.
Well, I mean, clearly.
Alright, we're all set.
So where do we depart from then?
We just go back to the village and we go away from the docks.
I see. Dang, Stan.
I wonder if the moon's in this one.
Am I
It sure
right?
is.
Of course I am.
Oh, Jesus. The clipping.
It's doing it in that one too. Whoosh. Stan. Stan.
Oh, literature.
Free seafaring. Stans.
The extended warranty is never worth it.
Meta joke. Whatever, I beat her easy. How does one with hook hands pack bags? Oh man, this journey is getting off to a great start.
Oh my god, they actually did the transition like that.
Yeah, alright, well we're on part 2 of the journey, and I guess we'll pick up in the next video there. Or maybe we'll have to watch this. There we go. For this one, I guess we'll just go ahead and table this for now, and we'll pick up next time.
Thanks, guys.
Any closing remarks, Drew?
This has been an experience so far.
Alright, we'll see you guys next time.